When Dirt 2 was released in 2009, there was very little wrong with it. It had a lengthy and varied career mode, loads of multiplayer options, and it looked and sounded great. All of these things are also true of Dirt 3, which not only improves upon its predecessor at every turn, but also adds a number of new features. The most exciting of these are the new Gymkhana events, which challenge you to string together tricks in much the same way that you might in a skateboarding game. You score points for performing donuts, spins, slides, jumps, and for crashing through destructible blocks. And when you string different tricks together without any collisions, you build up a score multiplier. Whether in a multiplayer session or as part of your lengthy Dirt Tour career, Gymkhana events are always a fun challenge. They're also a great way to practice for other events, because once you're comfortable making your car dance around a cone or slide underneath a truck, getting it around a corner doesn't seem like such a big deal. Every event in Dirt 3, whether it be a point-to-point rally through a Kenyan desert or a head-to-head race in the Aspen snow, demands precise driving. Flashbacks afford you a way to correct up to 5 mistakes per race, and if you're an experienced player, you might find finishing in first place too easy on the default settings. Turn off some of the assists, crank up the difficulty, and enable realistic damage though, and you'll find that Dirt 3 can be as challenging as you want it to be. On the flip side, if you're a newcomer, Dirt 3 offers more than enough assist options to make it a great entry point into the genre, including a dynamic racing line like those seen in both the Forza and Gran Turismo series. When playing in the massive career mode, your progress as a driver is measured in reputation points. You score points after each event for podium finishes, for not using your flashbacks, and for completing any team-specific goals. Teams aren't a big deal in Dirt 3 because you never have to commit to them for more than one race, but their goals at least give you something else to aim for when you're behind the wheel. You might be asked to reach or cross the finish line at a certain speed, finish without taking damage, or make it through an event without spinning or rolling your vehicle, for example. As you level up, additional teams, vehicles, and events are unlocked. There's loads of content, and there's even a playground of sorts in the form of London's Battersea Power Station. Here you're not only free to practice Gymkhana techniques, but you can also complete a number of varied challenges to earn extra reputation. These include everything from performing tricks in specific spots to locating hidden Dirt 3 logos. And they're a great way to prepare for some of the game's more unusual multiplayer offerings. You can play multiplayer split screen with a friend, or online with up to 7 other drivers. In addition to all of the conventional races and rallies, Dirt 3 offers vehicular versions of some modes that you might already be familiar with from other genres. Transporter is a fast-paced take on Capture the Flag, while Outbreak is an infection-style game of tag in which cars turn bright green when they're infected. One of the multiplayer highlights is Invasion, a game in which you score points for crashing through cutouts of alien robots, but lose points for hitting cutouts of buildings. Some of these modes can get a little too chaotic at times, but they're a lot of fun, and it's hugely satisfying to win or even to score a single point in a closely contested session. Regardless of how you play Dirt 3, there's no denying that, like its predecessor, it looks and sounds fantastic. Despite the fact that you rarely get to stop and admire them, the environments are impressively detailed, and the cars are even better. Seeing these brightly coloured vehicles get caked in mud and snow and take believable damage from impacts is a treat. And the incredible noises that their engines make never leave you in any doubt about the amount of power that you have at your disposal. Dirt 3 improves and builds upon its superb predecessor at just about every opportunity. The new multiplayer modes and Gymkhana events are great additions, and if you're interested primarily in more traditional racing, it has more than double the number of routes to race, in more varied weather conditions, and in an even greater selection of vehicles. The option to upload replays to YouTube isn't as exciting as it could be, given that you're limited to just 30 seconds and there's no other way to save them. But this is a small blemish on an otherwise superb game. Whether you're a veteran of the Dirt series and the long-running Colin McRae rally series that preceded it, or someone looking for a way into off-road racing, Dirt 3 is the game you should be playing.